This is Paul McKenna for PT Box. I'm here today down in Liverpool Live Buildings with me. Looking very suave today, mate, as always. Dave Coldwell.
I'm always in a tracksuit and t-shirt now. I'm doing a lot of coaching, but Dave
Coldwell, how are you, mate? Okay, good?
Yeah, good, mate, thanks, yeah.
Obviously, not long to go now. Sunday, massive night, Goodison Park. Tony BELLEW fighting the WBC world title, and obviously David Price as well on the bill. We'll start with David first. Been a few years since he's fought in Liverpool, so
yeah, nearly 3 years he said.
Yeah. So I know he's excited for it. I'm sure a lot of scouts are happy to have him back on in Liverpool, and I've seen a little bit of footage today on the pads, and he's looking good. He's looking sharp, and it's going to be a good fight come Sunday night for Dave.
Yeah, he's. I'm happy with how he's been training, his mentality, the new things that I've been giving him to do, what we're working on. I think people are going to see it. You know, they notice. You know, from the workout, just how sharp he is. You know, the sharp left hand. It's not big and stiff. He's not pushing his shots out.
Looks more fluid.
Yeah. And you know, because of that, because he's seen the difference himself. When he's seen himself in sparring, he's watching the videos back. You know, he's like, it's well better. Yeah. You know, he's really happy with how he's come on. So that's been breeding the confidence inside, rather than fake confidence that you portray to people. He's got that inner confidence coming, and just with how his mentality's been changing for this fight, for the camp, and being around who he's around. Now I don't have any negativity in the gym. I don't have that, because it don't breed any positive results. So he's growing as a person, and the old David Price is getting back. And I think coupled with the fact of obviously the well documented stuff about all the drugs issues and stuff like that, that's given him a bit of spite, because he's too nice.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of spite, a bit of devil about him. He feels that.
Which is what it seemed that he was lacking at some stage. That like finishing.
Yeah. And it's when we're training, when we're on the pads, I tell him, hit hard, hit fast, with speed. Rip my shoulders out if you can. We don't do tippy tappy pads. He's getting that devil about him, and the spitefulness about him. It's looking really good. It's looking really good. And listen, we'll talk more after this fight, because there's still going to be a lot of issues for him when he walks into the ring, when he walks to the ring. Yeah. It's been a while. So for any fighter, it's been a while, and especially the pressure that someone like David Price has got on him. But he's handling it great, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great ride. Yeah,
I'm certainly looking forward to it myself. Obviously, Tony BELLEW, his dream is almost becoming a reality.
Yeah.
Won't become a reality until he lifts that WBC title. But as Tony said, put a spot on himself. The dream could turn to a nightmare if he doesn't, let the atmosphere get to him, and he's got to stay switched on and be ready for a very, very tough avoided cruiserweight in a London Makabu come Sunday night.
Yeah, but listen, Makabu is a good fighter, a very, very good fighter, a very dangerous fighter. He's slick. He's a lot slicker than when he's up close. He's cute. He's slick. Rips his body shots in really well. He's got a fantastic uppercut. And it looks, it looks as though he ticks most of the boxes. But from what I'm seeing in Tony and how he's prepared and the fights that he's come through in the past, listen, people can say what they want about Stevenson. Stevenson was an experience. You learn from that fight, and I've always said, if you learn from your defeats, it doesn't matter. It's all part of your process, all part of growing as a boxer. And the Masanek fight as well, last time out, that ticked a lot of boxes. At cruiserweight, with a big punching cruiserweight, he took some bombs, and he proved he can come through that. He proved that, in the last 2 rounds when I needed him to kick on and go up another gear, he proved he had that in him and he could do that. Yeah. He proved his toughness in that fight at cruiserweight. So I think, he's answered a lot of questions. He can box, he can fight. That makes him a dangerous fighter. And I don't honestly genuinely believe that Makabu's been hit by anybody that punched as hard as him yet. Yeah. Chuno's a good puncher. He's more slick. but he was really short. He was like literally like a couple of inches taller than me. And he gave him all the troubles in the world until he gassed.
Bellew's about, what, 3-4 inches tall as well.
Bellew's a lot longer, a lot rangier, and he can punch a lot harder.
Could this realistically go to points?
Oh yeah.
You know, if Tony just stayed behind the jab, you know.
Now listen, it can go to points anyway because you're talking about two quality fighters, so it can go to points. But do I think it'll go to points? No, I don't. Because I think as long as he delivers the punches like he has been doing in the gym, then if he lands those punches on McCarville, I don't think McCarville's still going to be there at the end of the fight. I'm not disrespecting McCarville's chin, but I've seen the man hurt. If I've seen him hurt by guys that I don't think punch as hard as Tony, then if my man lands, I expect him to be hurt really bad. And if he gets hurt really bad, I expect Tony to stop him.
Yeah, I'm sure Tony won't let the opportunity go if he sees that he's hurt.
But listen, the odds, the bookies have got Tony as underdog, and I agree with that. He is an underdog.
Yeah.
But he's an underdog that I think is going to prove people wrong.
I hope so. I believe so as well. I do believe so. So excited for Sunday night. Tom Doran, Eubank Jr. This is his title. You're Tom's manager, not coach, like I said in the last interview. But it's a big fight. It's a big fight for Tom. We were talking about this for about 2 years ago now, saying that he's building his way up and he's going to get these big fights. And big win in his last fight against Keeler. Hurt, got back up first round, stopped him in the second and whatnot. But Eubank obviously his toughest test by a mile.
Listen, if you want to be,
it's no pushover.
If you want to be a champion and you're facing a champion rather than a vacant, if you're facing a champion, then would you not kind of like expect it to be your toughest fight? Would you not think that it is a step up? You know, when you're a prospect, you're coming through and then you go on to fight for a title. You'd expect it to be a tough fight. So, when people see fighters walk into an easy fight for a challenge at the British title, people moan and say, yeah, but he's not really fought the best out there. So Tom's having to fight domestically the best out there to win the British title. That's what boxing is. That's what it's always been in the past. You know, go back 30, 40, 50 years ago, the British champion was always the man to beat. Obviously domestically, and this is what you've got to do. It's a tough fight. It's a very tough fight. But Tom wants to fight for major titles. You know, he's not. He did his apprenticeship. He walked away from the sport because he was disillusioned with the sport. He's come back with me and said, "I want big fights. I want to get there as quick as I can. Get me the big fights. I can get my teeth into. I can see how good I am." So that's what he's doing. You know, he's had a couple of good fights on Sky now, and he's a bit of a name now. And so now he's got his big test for the British title. Is it
one of them ones where obviously Tom, I'm sure he's not contemplating losing and he believes that he can go out and win the fight, but if he does lose the fight but looks good, I'm not trying to say that he should go out to do that, but if he does look good, then people are still going to sit and go, alright, this kid is still a decent, he's lost to a very, very, very good fighter in Chris Eubank Jr. and it should, still get his name out there regardless.
It's all about if you want to test yourself as a fighter. Do you want to prove yourself against the best out there, or do you want to prove yourself against the decent fighters and just kid your mates and kid people around and see, I'm a champion. There's certain fighters that want to see how good they are and want to test themselves and believe that they're going to be the best and believe that if I'm going to be the best, then I've got to be the best coming through. And that's what he's doing.
100%.
Like I said, it's a tough fight. It's a very tough fight. Eubank's a good fighter, very good fighter. Is he unbeatable? No, because he's been beat.
No, of course, yeah.
He's been beat. Can he get hurt? Yeah, because he's been hurt. I'm sure Spike O'Sullivan hurt before he got beat. So he can be hurt. So it is what it is. It's boxing. You just don't know, and everyone can write him off all they want, but he believes he's going to win. And it's a great opportunity for him. It's a fabulous opportunity. It's another one. Tony's an underdog in his fight. Tom Doran's an underdog in his fight. So what do? If you're an underdog and people think you're going to get beat, do you not take the fight?
No, of course not. You do the opposite. You try and prove them wrong, and
that's it. That's what it's about. It's boxing. You know, like I said, you can't have it both ways where people moan because you're having easy fights all the time, and then moan when you're having tough fights where you know it's you're the underdog and you're expected to get beat. This is boxing. This is what makes it exciting.
Yeah, that's it, mates. Well, on that note, I'm sure we'll catch up with you at the weigh-in, and Sunday night, hopefully, in the changing rooms after. Tony's got that green belt. Best of luck Sunday, mate, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks for your time.